Hello everybody. We're going to work on Inktober number 4, and I'm going to do Enzeppel. It was another viewer favorite. I don't feel like tackling intermingle yet, so I'm not going to, even though on the last video I said we should do our challenging things. I'm not in the mood right now. I will challenge myself another day. Enzeppel, 2 people wanted me to do Enzeppel. Enzeppel is another one of those ones that is not on the Pattern Dash Collections website. You will have to just Google it. It's very simple to do, which is probably why it's a viewer favorite. I am going to do it on a black page with a white gel pen. Basically, you're going to divide your you're going to create a grid. It's pretty much the first thing you're going to do. I'm going to come around here and draw me a nice box. Now you can either do this in a regular grid-like pattern, or you can do it randomly. And so I think what I will do is cut this box in half and do half regular and half random. Okay, so on this side I'm going to do it in a regular fashion. Like that. And then on this side we're going to do it more random. So in this side, let's just do this side first. So we're going to, in each box, draw an X. This is another one where I really don't need and that X would come like that. I don't really need the step out. It's another super simple one. Kind of like that. Okay, so that's what you end up with on that side. Okay, draw an X in each of your boxes. On this side, I'm going to do a more random, like I did with the paradox. Like that. Okay, so I've got a regular and an irregular. That actually looks too regular. Let me do one more here. Oop. My pen had a farkle. And let me do one here. Okay. Now it's more irregular. Better. So, then all we do is round the corners. Are you in close enough? Let me see if you're, get a little bit closer. And we're just going to round the corners and fill that in. And that's all you do is just fill in the round, just round the corners. It's a little bit harder to do actually with the gel pen, but I will make do. All the dogs have decided to let their presence be known today, haven't they? Oh well. If they really start going to down, I'll close the window, but it's such a nice day, I don't want to close the window. So all you're doing is just rounding these edges on every single corner. And that's all there is to it. Which I suppose is why it's a viewer favorite, because it's easy to do. It actually looks better using your black pen, and this is a little bit gloppy. It's a little gloppy with the gel pen, I will admit. But, oh well, it is what it is. So I believe in CPT, if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, but I believe they just call this rounding. This is a technique of rounding the corners. That's all it is. It's just a CPT technique. So you could do this to any line that you draw. You could just add some rounding and filling in. Just looks different with white. Mostly because this pen is really thick and kind of uncooperative. But you know, do what you gotta do. Okay. And I'm trying to keep my hand out of it, so moving around the page there a little bit. Keeping my hand out of the wet pen so I don't smear, because smearing is no fun. But I'm glad you guys had this list of favorites, and because some of these are ones I haven't drawn in a really long time, even though they're easy, and I used to put them in my my daily drawings all the time. I haven't thought about Enzeppel in quite some time, but it's just a simple one to do. So thank you for suggesting it and putting it back into the forefront of my mind. So I will tend to use it more now, because I'm thinking about it. There are just some of those patterns that just are easy to remember. This is one of them that can just stay in your head as your go-to patterns. You know, the little round pebble-like pattern, no matter what name you call it, is something that I just keep in my head all the time. The Muka pattern is one that I use all the time. The one that they call Flux, also one I use all the time, just as a little filler. Pen's getting all kind of goopy. I'm going to give it a little wipe. Thought I had tissues over here. Oh, they're way over there. Okay, I'll just wipe it on that piece of paper. That's good enough. Very gloopy. It's like trying to draw with paint. It's working. Probably not my best choice of paper for this particular pattern, but that's alright. I'll make do, because I already chose it and I stick with it. I just may have to close that window. The dog is just starting to drive me crazy. Let your dog in the house, people. She's uncomfortable. They're probably not home, actually. Probably why the dog is out there barking. And I don't know which house it's at. Don't know if it's the... Well, we are completely surrounded. All sides of us have dogs. Does not sound like it's coming from the neighbor with the 5 dogs, because when their dogs are out, I usually hear more than one voice, and that's a single voice dog. So it's probably the one kitty corner in the to the northwest of our property. Be my guess. Although it could be the one directly to the north of us, because they have 2 dogs, but the bigger one is usually quiet. It doesn't usually just sit and bark. So it could be that one too. I don't really know. Now I know it's not the one to the west of us, no, to the east of us, because they keep their dog in the house like 90% of the time unless they've taken it out to use the restroom, and they're with it all the time, so I never hear that dog bark. See how that is? Isn't that cool? Creates a sort of membrane-like thing. It's, like I said, it's kind of gloopy, so I'm not overly happy with execution. I would have probably should have done this with a using a black pen, so I could have had a better execution with the filling in. But now we just do the same thing here with the corners of the irregular shape. And I'll show you how that looks different. I usually use it in an irregular shape, but that's probably not a surprise to you guys, because, you know, grids are not where I gravitate to on my own. I will do grids. I like to learn grids because sometimes I will find an interesting way to do a grid in a more organic manner. Oh yeah, now we got more than one voice out there. Great. Now all the dogs are talking to one another. I take it back. That sounds like it's from the West with the people with the 5 dogs. Oh yeah, windows are gonna have to go closed because they're driving me crazy. They might not be driving you crazy, but they're driving me crazy. So pardon me. Sorry, little birds. I scared little birds when I pulled down my door, my window. Okay. Oh, much better. But now it's gonna get hot in here. So will be the last one I draw for the day, which is okay because I got things to do. I try to get out here in the morning while it's cool, and then I do other things in the afternoon. I should do a question. Let's see, where were we at with questions? That one. If you were to be executed tomorrow, but could decide the method, how would you prefer to go? I suppose lethal injection would be my preferred method. That's kind of a creepy question, isn't it? Very creepy question. I think my least preferred method of passing away via corporal capital punishment would be hanging. That would be awful. guillotine sounds really gross, but it would probably be fairly swift. Any of the swift killing methods would be better than the slow strangulation of a... Yeah. Okay, well, let's stop talking about that. That's gross. Okay. If you could play any position on your favorite sports team, what would it be? Well, as you guys may know from previous questions, I follow no sports. I play no sports in particular. Well, I take it back. I bowl. I would want to be on a bowling league. But most people would not consider that a sport. It is. ESPN carries, well, at least they used to back in the day, carry bowling on the channel of various sports you could watch. I'm going to ask Google. Wrong device. I need this one. Is bowling considered a sport?
According to bowlingball.com, bowling is a game which can be played as a competition at extremely high levels and considered to be a legitimate sport, although it has been too quickly perceived only as a game or a recreation.
There we go. It can be a game or recreation when played casually, or it can be competitive as a sport. So, I would want to be on a bowling league. Not team captain, I don't think, but, you know, I've been. That's how I met my husband. We were bowling. All right. Zoom out. See how you can see the difference between a regular, or as regular as I get, grid and a kind of a more free form. You can do the same thing with both of them, and it makes it very simple. It makes a really good background for other tangles. So like if you had a big featured tangle and then put this behind it, it's really cool. Hashtag October 2020 and Zeppel. There we go. I think that's it for today. You guys have a great day. I will see you on the next video, whatever that is going to be. And yeah, I will, if you want to see my previous Inktober's, I do have them in playlists, so look for my playlist. Last year was quite ambitious. I made a ginormous one big piece of art using all 31 prompts from the list from last year. That was crazy. Not planning on doing that again. And we'll just keep moseying along here with our viewer challenges and viewer favorite list, and that's just what I'm going to do this month. And then who knows what I'm going to do. Okay, I will see you guys on the next video tomorrow, if I can muster up the courage. And you guys have a great day. I will see you later. Do something nice for someone today. I've said that again. I've said goodbye like 3 times now. I'm babbling. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.